Dear hello students, my name is. I'm a level 200 student in one of the universities in Ghana. I would like to share an issue with you and your audience to advise me on how to go about it. I gained admission into the university early last year, but I didn't get accommodation, and I don't stay close to campus either. I had to patch with some friends I made during class, which was not also comfortable because some of them ended up complaining. Sometimes I would sleep in one of the unlocked classes just to make it up to my 7:30 a.m. classes. I struggled with this during my level 100, and it affected my studies badly. So fast forward, before school resumed for the second year, a friend introduced me to a hall tutor during a program. Let's call him Mr. Smart. Mr. Smart and I became friends, and I admired him so much. Sometimes I call him father because of how he has been advising me, and he tells me to study and take my studies very seriously and grow myself into the woman I've always dreamed of. And then I'm also a pretty and smart girl. When school resumed for my second year, I complained to my parents about my accommodation issues, but they couldn't do anything about it, since the price for the private hostels were huge, and continuing students were not allowed into traditional halls. 1 week after going to class with the same problem I had in level 100, I spoke to Mr. Smart about it, and he scolded me for not telling him earlier. That evening, I had an email saying I have gained accommodation. Mr. Smart called me after, sent me some money to buy everything I need for my stay on campus, and also sent a driver to bring me to my hall the next day. He said the only condition attached was for me to do well in my studies and show my results to him at the end of every semester. So I didn't even pay the hall fees. My level 200 first semester was like living in heaven. I had everything. Mr. Smart paid all my fees and gave me money every week. After our results for the semester was released, I decided to visit Mr. Smart in his office and show him my results because I did so well. After speaking to Mr. Smart for some time, he tried kissing me. I stopped him. He looked at me and said, the only way I can continue to enjoy everything I have enjoyed is to become his girlfriend. I'm so confused on what to do because I know he's married and he's with kids. I also don't want to lose my accommodation. Please, what should I do? Today we have here a very interesting personality. He's the president of the Political Science Students Association. His name is Prince Ejay, also known as Truth. Now welcome, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, Erica.
Yes, and we've heard the story. You've heard everything, right?
Yes.
Please, what do you think? What should she do?
Right. First of all, I would like to set my greetings to your audience. This case is a very serious one that needs a serious issue that requires a serious attention, because this has been happening to a lot of women, girls, and in different forms, not only this form. I think this one has to do with her accommodation. Sure. I think that she should not accept to be the girlfriend of the man.
Hey, but she's losing her accommodation. She's losing her bed. Her parents cannot afford her fees, her accommodation. They don't even give her money every week.
It's a matter of knowing your value. Okay. You understand? Are you going to prioritize the accommodation over your personal values? And then from the story, the lady said the man is old enough to be his dad. So she sometimes even call him father. So would you want to have something to do with somebody who is old enough to be your father?
But no, it's normal. Because you have young girls in the university having sugar daddies nowadays, and it's like a new normal. Everybody, if you don't have sugar daddy, you won't have that much money.
The whole idea is that initially she didn't make up her mind to go in for a sugar daddy. She needed help, and then she was introduced to someone, and then the person decided to help her out. And then the condition the person from her story, the condition attached was to do well in her examination. So now, why is it that you knew things like this were going to pop up? You didn't tell me at the initial stage. Now that I have started enjoying this benefit, and she was like she was living like she lived in heaven.
Yes, she was in heaven.
So this time around, she has fulfilled or met the requirements you gave her. That is to perform well in her academics. That was the only condition. And now she has been able to perform well. And you are telling her a different thing.
But
that before she'll be able to continue to enjoy these benefits, she has to become your girlfriend.
But guys, you know that before she did very well in her studies, she was doing very bad in her academics because of the accommodation problem. So if she should say no to the man, that means she's going to lose her accommodation, and her studies is going to become bad because she's going to go through the same struggle she has been through.
I think that saying no to the man doesn't terminate her residency.
Okay.
Maybe the only way she can lose her residency is that maybe she wouldn't have the money to pay for the accommodation.
Okay, so
by virtue of her name entering into the university system as a resident, she can't just be dismissed without having any doing anything bad or going contrary to the rules and regulations, biting the horse. You understand? So Mr. Smart or whosoever cannot just take her name out of the system by virtue of she not accepting to
but Mr. Smart has been able to put her name in the system.
Mr. Smart can also dive in a way that you didn't pay for the hostel, right?
Yeah.
He made the necessary arrangement for your name to be part of the resident.
Yes.
So he can also be like, where is your payment details or your disbursement sheet? So if you cannot provide it, then who helped you to get into the hostel? And he can take himself out.
But she has chats with Mr. Smart.
The issue is Mr. Smart cannot entirely take himself out of the whole situation.
As for that
because
one,
let me use University of Ghana for instance as an example. When you make payments for your residency, it reflects on your MIS. Yeah. We have the records there, payment details. When you go there, you have all the information that you've made payment. Of course, receipts, you can just misplace your money. In as much as you can misplace your money, you can also misplace your receipt. You understand? So if the receipt is getting, she can say maybe the receipt has gotten missing.
Okay.
And then, so far as it is on record that she paid,
and you're a resident,
and she's a resident, it means she has a contract with the hall.
So you are trying
so she
to
can't.
say
The management of the hall cannot just take her name out of the system, but without giving her any tangible reason.
Sure.
But the only problem that will be left for her is how to get money to pay for the
next
accommodation.
academic semester.
But that one too, I don't think it's a problem.
Why is it not a problem?
Because she can find a side job and then raise money to support her education.
But you know our whole fees now, private hall, it's 5,000.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
You definitely get a job.
It doesn't matter. And aside that, you can also look out for help from friends and then family members. And even at the university, we have a support system. At the University of Ghana, for instance, we have the Student Financial Aid Office, where students with these challenges can go there and then seek for support, and then they can help them. So you can go to the Student Financial Aid Office. Let's say it was to be University of Ghana. Yeah. And I know most of the universities have such support systems. Yes,
and
you understand. Stuff. So they can get you some little support. You can also reach out to. I think that now the SRCs are also giving out.
Yeah, University of Ghana.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you have all these alternatives. You understand? To raise some money, and then you can also work for yourself. Because I know students in the various halls that are also doing some petty trading.
But what about reporting Mr. Smart? Do you think it's also a good initiative to just report him to other authorities? Because that can be also a way to grant you favor.
Yes.
To gain your hall or
that is another alternative for her.
Okay.
But I think that someone who for once have done something good to you, it wouldn't be advisable to take him
was a
to
trap.
that.
It's not good.
It wasn't a trap. It could be that, for all you know, it could be that at the onset, Mr. Smart was giving all the support with a genuine intention.
Yeah.
She said it was after she took
The
results to Mr. Smart, to his office. That is when he
realized
wanted to
that
take
Kai,
advantage of him.
the girl
And
is
even with that
nice.
scene, yes, Mr. Smart, even with that, it's against the code of conduct for his office. You understand? It is as a result of this that many institutions has introduced this harassment policy.
Yes.
Trying
University
to
of Ghana
kiss
has that.
the lady without even her permission. He said he made an attempt to kiss her, but she blocked him.
Yeah.
Even by virtue of portraying that act, it's against the harassment policy.
So you think she can report Mr. Smart? It's also another way she can go about it.
It's an option, but
an
I
option.
wouldn't want her
Opt for
to
that.
just go for that one. She can just engage Mr. Smart and then let him understand that he is old enough to be his father.
If he cares, no, but Mr. President, if Mr. Smart cares that he's old enough to be the girl's father, he wouldn't have tried that. For all you know, like, this is not the first girl.
Well, it can be possible.
So do you think Mr. Smart would opt in for her to pay any amount she has spent on her if she refuses to
Where will she get the money?
be her side chick?
Normally, men don't do that. If they would go to that extent, then it means they don't even like you. They just want to sleep with you, and after that, they can decide to stop paying. You understand?
Yes, that also talks about it. What's the probability that Mr. Smart will continue paying her whole fees after he has slept with the girl?
Oh, for that one, I can say that he will pay.
You can say that. There is no guarantee.
You think he will pay just like that?
After sleeping with her.
Yes,
You see, at the onset, he said that the only condition attached to all these benefits was to perform well in
And
the
he has changed his
examination.
mind.
And now there is a change of mind.
What shows?
How much more he's sleeping with you, and then he says, okay,
I'm
now
not paying you.
my finances has gone down, so find a way to sort
You
yourself
even call
out.
him when he don't answer your call.
You understand? And then doing that to the lady, the moment you sign up for things like this, it is also going to put you in a situation whereby you be subjected to constant thinking, and then emotionally you wouldn't be okay, because she made mention that Mr. Smart is a married man with kids. And you are aware of all these things going ahead, and then you are going ahead to sleep with such a person. You wouldn't feel comfortable. Even after that, after having an affair with the Mr. Smart guy, you wouldn't be able to even go to him because you may feel shy.
So for me, I think the girl should also take her own principles into consideration. You should know what you are in for. Like, having a sugar daddy now, it's not something that I'll say it's a crime. So if she's comfortable with it, why not?
But you know, there's a saying that hand go and hand come, right? So you enjoying all those things, you would definitely give something in return.
And yes, it was being stated in her agreement that she has to study for it.
As a youth of today, you should know that a man helping you to this extent would not only tell you to do well in academics, it will go to an extent.
Like you're a man, so you don't help girls. Like, you can't help a girl to that extent.
No, I can help. But
must it always be the case that before I would be able to enjoy certain benefit from one person or the other, I should be able to pay back or something? In as much as people with such attitude like Mr. Smart as it, we also have good people around.
Yes, we have good people.
We have people.
But when you think about positive, you think about negative.
Extra more than what Mr. Smart is doing, and they never demand for set things.
Yes, exactly. People even pay people like school fees, look after their family, their sisters.
But you don't always get it that way.
So Mr. Smart should need be like, he wants to sleep with you first.
But you should also know that helping you to the extent would come with a sort of extra request. Did you get it?
But sometimes I think that, they try to test you to see if you are cool with this.
This is not about testing. It's about feelings.
No. Okay. Mr. Smart is just trying to see if the girl will give in. So if she doesn't give, then let me just help her.
Yes, what she's saying is very true.
Some men are like that.
Sometimes they just want to give it a test oh, my man trying with Sebefa. You understand? The moment, even as boys, sometimes when you are going to propose to certain ladies, you know, oh, this one day I'm not that sure, but let me go and give it a try. If she agrees, fine. If she doesn't, oh, I was testing you.
Yeah.
Especially people that we are close
Okay,
with.
so we always say I was testing you when it cast.
Yes.
Yes.
Meanwhile, your intention was to get it.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But yes, Mr. Smart can do the same thing. It could be that he was just trying, like shooting his shots. You understand? So
he trying to even kiss the girl shows that it's just something he has been doing.
and then it could also be that maybe the physical appearance of the lady that day was so hot for him to withstand it.
So why should you dress that way to go to a
No, but we are
potential?
not, we are not sure.
You are not
We
sure.
are- Yes, we are not sure, but I'm just saying that it could be that maybe that day going there, she was like, okay, let me
Just
pull up
sexy.
in something nice and.
But somebody she
and then-
considers as father, I'm not even sure she will not even have that,
mindset.
You don't know ladies.
To her.
And then she was saying
Some
that
ladies will do.
Mr. Smart used to even inspire her.
Yeah, to grow herself into
So
the woman
now,
she wants
after
to become.
sleeping with such a person, would you be able to take inspiration from him?
Do you know that behind every truth there's a truth?
So you are trying to see the lady is trying to also do something or what?
The lady would definitely be in favor of what he is requesting for, but maybe she's okay. What if she's also pretending as if she doesn't like it?
No, if
That
a
one-
lady, if she was pretending, she would have even kissed Mr. Smart at that side and be like, oh, maybe a mistake happened and we kissed.
Oh no, that one, if she really wanted it, it wouldn't be in the case that she would accept Mr. Smart to kiss her instantly.
Maybe the
It
location
could be
also counted.
Hey,
The office.
So
As
okay,
in-
so what we are okay. So
the-
why now? So per what we've read, she doesn't really like what Mr. Smart is doing. So what should she do now? Should she report Mr. Smart?
Why should you report
accept
Mr. Smart? If you don't like what Mr. Smart is doing, she has told you her terms and conditions. So it's either you look for a job and
then-
you
so-
stop taking the money,
Yes.
or you take the money and you take the request.
Yes, and then one thing that she can also do is that she can have one of the office. I mean, for her residency, like I said, universities are guided by rules and regulations.
Yes.
You understand? So, by virtue of the fact that her name is already in the system as a resident, she can take Mr. Smart on without losing her accommodation. And then also, she should start keeping records of chat, conversation, and all
Exactly.
that to serve as an evidence should she report Mr. Smart to the appropriate headquarters. Okay, she can also solicit for advice from these guidance people on campus.
Yeah, I
University
think
of Ghana, for instance, they have this career and guidance.
I see CGENSA, they have CGENSA.
Yes,
who
all
takes
these
care of the
institutions are there
harassment.
to advise you on matters like this. Okay, if should she take Mr. Smart on, it's going to also affect him. So he wouldn't want to risk that. So for the accommodation alone, she can say, okay, now if you are not kowtowing to what my request, okay, fine. Then I am not going to provide all these benefits. And the lady, to some extent, I can say she's greedy. You only needed help with accommodation. Now you are enjoying free transportation and all that.
So wait, have you seen what I was saying? So you came in for accommodation,
Accommodation was your
and you
major
are
problem.
enjoying
No,
this
now
thing.
you are enjoying all
Mr.
these
Smart
things.
also came in for education, and now he's also requesting for something.
She's
point
a child, and somebody I see as my father is giving me money to take care of me. I'll say maybe he just wants me to study very hard.
Well, ladies, you see, you are a lady. That's why you are saying. You see, your major problem that took you to Mr. Smart was accommodation issue, and then why didn't you mention that problem to anybody else but Mr. Smart? Because you knew he was what he is. A head
hot
tutor.
But
So
you
he
can
can
look
help
at-
you solve that challenge.
But Mr. President,
And
looking
then-
at the story we read, it's like she didn't even tell Mr. Smart about it until things got very well. Because when she started her level 200, for the first week, I think she was still going as a non-resident and sleeping on campus. So that's when she realized that, oh, Mr. Smart is my father. And he's a hot tutor. If it was me, I would have done same. I can explain to him, I can talk to him if he can help.
Okay, so your final words to our viewers: do you think that she should continue taking the benefit
And
giving, or she should stop? And if she stops, what option would you give her?
Okay, my advice to her is that she shouldn't allow to be the girlfriend of Mr. Smart.
Okay.
She shouldn't allow that because she herself, she wouldn't feel comfortable. If it is something that she is going to feel comfortable with, she wouldn't have even shared the story in the first place.
Sure.
What do you think she should do?
I would say that she should keep records. And then, first of all, she should make Mr. Smart understand that she is not ready for that, or she can't do that by virtue of the fact that he's old enough to be his father and then also have a family. And then she wouldn't want to interfere between Mr. Smart and the family. You understand? So, and then also, she can also start looking for side job. Mm-hmm. At the university, we have a number of students who sell. Yeah. Some, I've been buying from some of them. Anytime I see a university student selling, even if I have alternative shop, I'll buy from the student. Because I know for some reason, students end up selling these things in the various hostels to earn something to support the education. So mostly I prefer buying from students like that. So she can start doing something for herself to get funds to support education rather than going to sleep with Mr. Smart for all these benefits.
Okay, your last word.
So as Mr. President said, she should gather evidence and she should go and sit to Mr. Smart. Let's agree on this. You take your money, I get my accommodation, and I'll try and get my own money and pay for my hostel fees. But if the man is trying to play stubborn, with her evidence, she just reports the man.
Do you think she should just tell Mr. Smart at once, or she should get a side job before quitting Mr.
She
Smart?
doesn't want it.
The issue of getting a job, it takes some time. Even the job, if she wants to sell at the university, she would need some fund to buy whatever products that she wants to sell. So she should just go straight to the point and then tell Mr. Smart that she's not ready. Whilst going to do that, she'll be looking out for other options.
And if
it will interest you to know, some departments even support their students. Yes. They have this support system. Mm-hmm. So aside the alternatives that she has, the SRC can help. The other individual institutions, independent institutions like Student Financial, ODS, all these people are there to support.
Yes,
okay,
and
you can get one from them.
If the man is trying to stress her life, report the man.
Yes, at it where that is how it should end.
Yes, report the man. He will lose his career. I also go on in my life.
All right, so you accept responsibility and take a bold step towards it.